Hello there. Welcome to the Word Cafe podcast. This podcast has been designed with created content that centers on the power of words. Can we really do anything without speaking? Can we really do anything without the agency of words? Yes, that is what this podcast is all about. And I am your host, Amakri Isobe, your neighborhood word trader. I believe in the power of words, for it is the unit of creation. I trade in words to profit my world.
Yep. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good everything, wherever you are. Yes, on the planet called Earth, hearing me. How are you all doing? How has it been with you? Yeah, it's been amazing this season. So amazing. I am super excited, I must tell you. We're here again. Like, the way we always say it, this is that space. It's my safe space, the space where we come in to lean on one another's experience and forge a positive path. And each time I come in, no matter what it has been, but the minute I come into this place, this space, I feel like I'm somewhere. There's this energy that comes with it and all of that. And knowing that you are there gives me so much excitement. And yep, it's been wonderful. The year has been flying, just like yesterday, we all screamed, Happy New Year 2023. And it's like, wow, this is where we are now, like how many days are to wrap up 365 of 2023 and ushering in a new, should I say 365 days, and we all start that, would I say, theme again, and all of that. Well, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. And I've come to share one or two things with you, and also more or less to position us for the future. Yep, for the future and all of that. What is ahead of us, staring, looking at us like that. But today, what are we going to be talking about? Yep. You're itching to hear. Well, I'll let you in. Our thoughts and our thinking. Yep, our thoughts and our thinking. The came to my mind, or that came to my heart, was thinking, thoughts. Are they the same thing or are they different? Yes, I remember growing up, I used to see this book on my dad's table each time I go in there to maybe clean up, do one or two things or whatever. I see this book on his table, and that is Think and Grow Rich by Norman Vincent Peale. For those of us who have come across the book, you should know it if you're within that space. Think and Grow Rich. And I looked at it, as a child or as a teenager, as the case may be, was like, think and grow rich. How? Does it mean that the minute you begin to think, you become rich? I was just processing all of that. So you mean if you think, you will grow rich? As a child growing up, well, I didn't see that happening. But maturing and pursuing goals in life and all of that, I began to see things differently, and come to look at it again. What does it mean to have a thought? And what does it mean to think? Because for a while you will think thoughts. Yes, for a while you will think thoughts and thinking, they are the same thing. Actually, they are not. They're, would I say, they're different. And the main difference here is that although thoughts, are self-arising, thinking is a choice. It is something you you can choose to engage in or not. And the best way I can approach this was, when I was reading the scriptures, I came across this path somewhere in Habakkuk. When he was talking about the future, his encounter with Jehovah, he was talking with God and all of that. He said, I will sit on my watch. I will wait there to see what he will say to me. And I was like, the first time I saw that, then I was like, okay, to see what he will say to me. How do you see a saying? If not that the saying comes in form of an image or imagery, and that which you see now becomes the thought you begin to dwell on, you begin to think. So one can, from that passage of scripture or from that encounter, you can comfortably say that he saw an image, and what he saw became the basis of his thinking. Thinking is a process, while thoughts are like, would I say, the material that fuels our thinking, that process. And the way I have come to see, observe from where I stand, the way the world works, the way the world is designed, voice and image are two distinct forces that controls our being, what we hear and what we see. Everything, if you look at it, everything around us falls within these two, what I say, windows: seeing and hearing. They produce this energy, this force that propels us, that moves us. Quietly ask yourself, as you are listening to me right now, those steps you've been taking, what are they based on? An image you saw. Yes, an image you saw. The universe might be voice activated, but the end product is an image. An image drives the speaking. An image drives the voicing. An image drives our thinking pattern. No wonder, there's a scripture that says this, as a man thinketh. Yep. The final product, you know what? You are a product of your thinking. You are a product of your thinking process. And your thinking process is hinged on the kind of thoughts you entertain, the things you see, the images that drive you, that you wake up to every day. If you are always within that environment where the imagery or the images that you see are all about anger, before you know it, your thought process, your thinking process will be apparent. You see this monstrosity being displayed and all of that. But if you are found within that, should I say, environment where the things you see are pleasant, sweet things, that they just make you smile and all of that, before you know what, you're thinking. So thinking produces this, what I say, energy, this force. Going back to that book, Think and Grow Rich, that I told you about, that I saw my dad's table. So you want to be rich. You want to grow your influence. You want to amass wealth. Then it means your thinking pattern would have to change. Your thinking pattern will have to change. And your thinking pattern becomes the ethic or the ethics you walk by, as in it propels you. What are your predominant, if I want to say, thoughts? How do you see it? Because I've come to see that everybody who subscribes to one form of education or the other, it's all about mind engineering. It's all about changing your thinking pattern. If you want to solve, like in school, if you want to solve problems mathematically, they show us logically the image. They feed us with the image of how, to solve problems mathematically. So you have to think like a mathematician. They help your thoughts, they help our thoughts and all of that, be it in physics, be it in chemistry, be it in sociology. You call it all the courses, because you now come to see that they call, like when you get to school, as in university now, or college, as the case may be, they call those subjects or those departments discipline. And they wonder, why do they call them discipline? Why are they called discipline? Simply put, you are being conditioned to think. You're shown an image for 4 good years or more of your life, as the case may be, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all of a sudden you see yourself and you call yourself, I am this, I am that. Basically, you are what you're thinking. Yep, you are what you're thinking. So that school you went to, we all went to, and they say, you call yourself an engineer. Why are you an engineer? Why are you an engineer? You solve life's problems through the engineering thinking process, the engineering discipline. So we have all been exposed, so to say, to that engineering thought, the engineering image, and the engineering image is ever before us. We begin to dwell on it, and before you know it, we just embrace that title. But so, even in medicine, even in that, whatever. So we are a product of our discipline. We are a product of the environment we have been, should I say, exposed to for years. So he said, I will wait to see, or rather to see what he will say. Exactly. To see what he will say. So even in our interaction with God, even in our interaction with the divine, even in our interaction with that dimension, it's about what we see. Have you been in this state before? You got an image, and like an artist, you've been dwelling so much, and you are trying to interpret what you have seen, the image that you have seen. You are trying to interpret it, and you're looking for the right word. You're looking for the right expression. You're looking for the right, should I say, frame of reference to like pass that information across. That is it. That is it. So as a man thinks, so he is. But the question you ask is, where do thoughts, or where those thoughts, where do they come from? We are what we think about. Yes, your thinking, our thinking, that's who we are. That hello, we saw something. We saw it. And because we liked it, or we loved it, or we fell in love with it, and what do? We begin to process it. We begin to look into it, consider it again and again and again and again and again. And each time we dwell on it, each time we think about it, it's like portals within these images open up to us, and we begin to see what I describe as the space within the spaces. Like we begin to see things, and we begin to unearth them. We begin to draw, and we begin to bring it into reality, tangibility, and we change our world, our thoughts, and our thinking. Think and grow rich. The minute you think, or the minute you dwell on a thing, it is more or less like you've been put on a journey. There's this energy that comes with it. Because if we are the product of our thinking, then that's so much power. That is so much energy. That is so much responsibility. When you call, or when we look at, oh, he is that engineer that built that bridge, all right? Or set of engineers that came together to like do that wonder. Come to think of it, it is our thinking. We bend and shape reality through our thinking. Yep. Because when you look at everything around us, a little bit, let's digress a little now. When you look at the wonders of the world as we describe them, the seven, I think there's 7 or 8 now. Yep. The Great Pyramid, the Colossus of Rhodes, and the Hanging Garden of Babylon. Yep. The, what do you call it? The Temple of Diana. Is it Diana? We all know them. Yeah. They were created. These are, they are figment born of human imagination. And it's like in that dimension, we begin to draw so much energy, and we shape shift, or we bend our reality to express this. And sometimes people come to like, these things were not done by human. No, they were done by human. Listen, we were made after his image, his likeness and form. Yes, Jehovah, divinity. Listen, he said, let us make man after our likeness, our image, and our form. And he said, let there be light. And there was light. He's a creator. He's the creator, yeah. So are we. We were made after his image, his likeness, and his form. So there's so much power within us that the minute we have an image, we just want that image to be tangible. We want to touch it. Literally, we want it as in the material. And all of that happens through our thinking process, our thinking pattern. So one can comfortably say, I can control my environment by focusing on the right image, allowing the right image before me. But you know what? Like we say, the bird, you can't stop the bird from flying across your head or your house. But you know what? You can stop the bird from perching. You can stop the bird from building its nest there. There are so many images out there. Good, bad, ugly, otherwise, just name it. But we have the capability, we have the strength to choose what to dwell on. And that which we dwell on, as from the point of continuum, we come to see that it changes our lives. It changes the way we do things. It patterns us and all of that. So that is it. That's why I'm here. That's what I came to do, to share with you on the show, on this episode of the show, our thoughts and our thinking. So we can change our world. We can change everything. Yep. All right, guys, go out there, place that good image before you. Think good thoughts. Think. For as a man thinketh, so he will become. All right, then, till I come your way again. You know how we say it on the show. This is the space where we come to lean on one another's experience to forge a positive path. Till I come your way again. Bye for now.
awesome time it has been with you on the Word Cafe podcast today. Thank you for being there. You can catch me up on my social media handles, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, all at Amakri Isoboye. Also, you can get copies of my books, A Cocktail of Words, The Color of Words, my HR notebook, and Hocus Focus on God on Amazon and Roving Heights online bookstores. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel at the same address at Amakri Isoboye. I love to hear from you and how this podcast has impacted you. You can leave me a message at my email address, amacrigaribaldi@gmail.com. That is AMACHREEGARIBALDI. Yes, till I come your way again. Bye for now.